What's going on, guys? JD from New York here, coming at you with your Monday Night Raw review from last night's show. February 18th, 2013, Raw took place live from Lafayette, Louisiana. The night before, they were in New Orleans, Louisiana for the Elimination Chamber. If you guys missed my review, highlights, and results, click on that annotation. You can hear JD's opinion about everything that happened at the Elimination Chamber. But before I get into the Raw review, guys, I want to apologize. I feel very under the weather. That's the reason why you're not getting the live vlogs for my Monday Night Raw review and my news and rumors and my Elimination Chamber review. Normal videos this week. Next week I'll come back strong, feeling better. I just feel very sick. I look like shit. I feel like shit. Didn't get much sleep last night because of the head cold. I'll be back next week, just letting you guys know, alright? Anyway, Monday Night Raw. I want to tell you guys right now. I'll go through the matches very quick. I'll go through all the important segments of last night's show. I just don't feel like I'm on the road to WrestleMania. WWE had the perfect chance to come off a hot Elimination Chamber the night before and give us a star-studded, action-packed show. This show failed to deliver and was utterly disappointing in many ways because they just seem to be stalling. They've like hit a roadblock on this road to WrestleMania. And a lot of it has to do with The Undertaker. And that was very evident by the opening segment of this show. Cena comes out saying that there's 2 title matches announced for WrestleMania. He's going to try and take the WWE title back from The Rock. And then Alberto Del Rio is going to challenge Jack Swagger in the World Heavyweight Championship match. Okay? I don't feel like I'm on the road to WrestleMania. And a lot of it has to do with The Undertaker. The Undertaker is still up in the air about his status for WrestleMania. With this whole John Cena segment last night, Punk came out, said that Cena could not get the job done. Oh, he can't win the big one. He can't get the job done when it comes to CM Punk. He has never beaten CM Punk. In the end, Cena challenges, you heard me right, Cena challenges Punk to a match. He's like, this is not about CM Punk for the first time in a year and a half. It's not about CM Punk. You want to go to WrestleMania? I'll grant you your title shot. I'll grant you a match against me next week on Monday Night Raw. The winner goes on to face The Rock. I'm just not going to give away my golden ticket to WrestleMania. You have to earn it by beating me. WWE booked a huge main event with major implications next week. Cena, Punk, #1 contender match for the WWE Championship. The winner goes on to face The Rock. The problem I have with this match is that I don't want to see a triple threat match at WrestleMania. I just don't. It's safe booking. But if The Undertaker does not show up at WrestleMania, then you really have no choice because you can't have CM Punk not in the main event. So the WWE's kind of screwed. The Undertaker better make up his mind, and hopefully he makes the right decision, a decision everybody wants to see. I want to see Punk challenge for the streak. Because the reason why I want to see that is that's the only match that's going to save this WrestleMania. This WrestleMania is shaping up to be worse than last year. And I'm going to be very vocal about that as we get closer and closer to WrestleMania. I wasn't on YouTube last year when WrestleMania ended. Wait till you see this year. Last year's Rumble and last year's Mania was god-awful. The only thing last year that saved Mania was Punk Jericho and Taker Triple H in the cell. If there's no Taker this year, WrestleMania is in trouble. I don't want to see Swagger vs. Del Rio. I don't care for Rock Cena 2. I don't even know where they're going with the rest of the card. I don't want to see Lesnar Triple H. Though everything's going to be exciting. I'll be watching. I'll be drinking. I'll be eating. I'll be glued to the television. It's just not the way WrestleMania should have been stacked. WWE could have went about this a completely different way. They're just being completely lazy. They don't know what they want to do. And a lot of it has to do with The Undertaker. If The Undertaker gives you his answer on what he wants to do for WrestleMania, then things can take shape. It just hasn't happened yet. But all I want to know is what you guys think. Do you want to see a triple threat match, or do you want to see Taker versus Punk? Because those are the only 2 viable options you got right now until next year's WrestleMania. Next year's WrestleMania is actually shaping up to be better already than this year's WrestleMania. That's just my honest opinion. But I don't feel like I'm on that road. I don't feel like I'm on that road to WrestleMania. First match of the night, Sin Cara versus Mark Henry. Henry destroyed Sin Cara here with the World's Strongest Slam. Out comes the great Khali to try and get his revenge. Starts intimidating Mark Henry. That's not going to happen, Khali. You're a waste. Henry escapes from the ring. Khali stands in the ring, and Henry's intimidating him and mocking him outside the ring, doing his raise the roof dance. It was funny to see Mark Henry raise the roof. But I want to tell you guys right now, if WWE is seriously contemplating Henry versus Khali at WrestleMania, you can just kiss this WrestleMania goodbye. That match shouldn't even be taking place on YouTube. It shouldn't even be taking place on main event on Ion Television on Wednesday. Never mind on WrestleMania. Mark Henry needs to be put in something that's going to get him over, that's going to spotlight him. He's been back. He's been probably the best thing on SmackDown since his return. I don't want to see Khali anywhere on a WrestleMania card. Fuck him. Next match, we had Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz. The Miz defeats Antonio Cesaro in a no disqualification match. WWE did not clarify that it was for the United States title. I thought The Miz was going to be the new champion after he pinned or had made Cesaro tap out here. The Miz wins with the figure 4 leg lock. Cesaro taps out. I thought The Miz was the new United States champion. Didn't happen. WWE didn't clarify that. Miz gets his revenge from the Elimination Chamber the night before where Cesaro won by disqualification. But I have a feeling these two are going to be fighting again up until WrestleMania. And finally, The Miz is going to capture that United States Championship at WrestleMania. That's my prediction for that. Other than that, I don't know what else you're going to do with these two. You might as well just continue having them feud and book them at WrestleMania in a 10-minute match. Anyway, Miz wins, gets his revenge. The next match we had is Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio. Now, this match upset me for 2 reasons. Okay? 2 reasons. Number 1, Del Rio made Ziggler tap. I don't want to see that ever again. Number 2, Ziggler could have saved this entire show, this disappointing show, and changed the landscape of WrestleMania if what he was about to do, or what I'm about to tell you, actually became a reality. Now, Ziggler tapped out. Big E Langston comes into the ring and destroys Alberto Del Rio with his finishing move. Okay? Ziggler looks confused laying on the floor like, what the fuck just happened? Looks at Justin Roberts, slides out of the ring, grabs his briefcase. We're about to see a new World Heavyweight Champion. He's about to hand it to the referee, but Ricardo Rodriguez, like a little fucking rat, takes the briefcase, runs around the ring and up the ramp into the back. Big E Langston was hightailing it right behind him. Rodriguez was so scared he dropped the briefcase on the ramp. AJ goes back up the ramp to retrieve the briefcase, but before she gets into the ring to hand it to the referee, so we have a title match, we have a cash-in. Del Rio Enziguri kicks Ziggler to the back of the head, knocks him out, and we have a failed attempt at a cash-in. It's coming. If I had my way, I'd have Ziggler going into WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. But I would not be opposed to seeing Del Rio win against Jack Swagger and Ziggler cash in at WrestleMania. What better way for Ziggler to cash in than on the biggest show of the year and get him, finally, the respect and the spotlight he deserves. Ziggler walks out of WrestleMania the World Heavyweight Champion. That's JD's opinion. Naomi, Tensai, and Brodus Clay versus Rosa Mendes, Primo, and Epico. Absolute garbage. Don't care for it. I don't care for either of these guys. Either of these teams. Winner here, Tensai, Brodus Clay, and Naomi. Obviously setting up Tensai and Brodus Clay for a run with the Tag Team Championships. That's just my guess. Next up, we had Jack Swagger versus Daniel Bryan. Before this, Daniel Bryan told Kane he does not want him out at ringside supporting him for his match. Kane said the same thing. Kane said he's going to have a match later against Randy Orton. I don't want you anywhere near my match. Mutual feelings between both men. Good match here between Swagger and Daniel Bryan. Swagger gets the win looking strong coming out of the Elimination Chamber. We seen Swagger make Bryan tap out with the Patriot Lock here, which was surprising. But a loss here by Daniel Bryan really doesn't do anything to him. I understand they had to give Jack Swagger the win. He won the Elimination Chamber. They're trying to build up his character. They're trying to get that heel heat behind him with Zeb Coulter as his mouthpiece. But Jack Swagger here with the Patriot Lock gets the win over Daniel Bryan. Next, we had The Shield versus Jericho, Sheamus, and Ryback. Now, the way this match took place is Sheamus and Ryback were arguing in the back about losing the night before at the Elimination Chamber. Jericho comes to interfere and says, listen, I'm going to talk to Vicky. The Shield is just doing whatever they want here. I've seen it happen with the NWO. I've seen it happen with the Nexus. So I'm going to talk to Vicky. It's going to be me, Y2J, Sheamus, and Ryback versus The Shield tonight on Monday Night Raw. Great match. A lot of same sequences that happen at the Elimination Chamber happen here. The last 10 minutes here were great. you had Jericho lock in the walls of Jericho on Dean Ambrose. Sheamus and Reigns are brawling, and the referee is trying to stop them, okay? Rollins leaps off the top rope, comes out of nowhere with a flying knee drop to Jericho's skull, knocks him out. It breaks up the walls of Jericho. Ryback is unconscious on the outside. Ambrose goes for the cover, 1, 2, 3. The Shield win again. I love the way the WWE's booking the Shield. Not only did they beat Ryback, Cena, and Sheamus at the Elimination Chamber, now you can add Chris Jericho to that. They beat all of the WWE's biggest baby faces. Now they beat Chris Jericho. I love the way the WWE's booking the Shield, because if you have the Shield lose, their whole mystique goes with it. You can't have them lose. You need to have them looking strong. You need to have them causing carnage. These guys are the future. These guys are the future of your company. Okay? Now, I know when the Shield is putting a match against WrestleMania, I'm assuming it's going to be something with Ryback or Sheamus or something at WrestleMania. You know, come WrestleMania, the Shield is going to take a defeat or take a loss from Ryback, because Ryback now, I don't know if you guys noticed, has lost 5 straight pay-per-views. What do you think that does to Ryback's character? Not much. People don't believe in Ryback anymore to get the job done. So obviously when the Shield and Ryback face off at WrestleMania, which I'm thinking is going to happen, the Shield is going to take a loss there. Ryback's going to stand victorious in the end. Next up, we had Kofi Kingston versus Damien Sandow. The match never got started because I don't know what happened to Kofi Kingston. I don't know who he pissed off. But Sandow just completely destroyed him until R-Truth's music hit. He makes a return coming down to the ring. Truth tackles Sandow to the floor, beats him up. Truth slams Sandow into the barrier, rolls him into the ring, gives him a big kick to the jaw, does some of his silly dance moves, and then gives him his signature scissor kick. Truth clotheslines Sandow out to the floor, checks on his friend Kofi. The match never got started, no contest. Truth makes his return. I don't know what they're setting up that for, but Kofi Kingston just fell off the mat after dropping that Intercontinental title to Wade Barrett. I don't know who he pissed off, no what he did, but his push has been derailed so much that I really don't even know what to say. He doesn't deserve it. Kofi deserves so much more. And I just want to see him go on a good run. The WWE just cannot seem to back him in any way, and I don't understand why. Randy Orton versus Kane. Randy Orton with the victory here. Bryan actually comes out to distract him when Kane already stated he doesn't want Bryan to come out to the ring anywhere near his match. Daniel Bryan distracts him. Orton hits an RKO from behind with the win. Book it for WrestleMania, guys. Kane versus Daniel Bryan. Team Hell No is finished. That's the way I'm going with that. And finally, we had The Rock celebration. The Rock unveiled a new WWE Championship belt. He said the spinner belt is no longer in existence. It was introduced 8 years ago. It worked then. It does not work now. Some people thought this belt was cool, he said, but then some people also believe in Bigfoot. The Rock says the WWE title should never look like a toy. It should never spin either. The WWE needs a title that people can that could inspire people, that people could get behind. He drops the names of Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin. Rock unveils a new belt. He's got a little podium standing behind him. I knew it was a belt from the very beginning. Unveils the red cloth. New WWE Championship belt. You guys can click on the description, the link in the description down below to take a look at that belt. The Rock talks about WrestleMania 29, CM Punk, and John Cena. But then all of a sudden gets interrupted by Cena's music. Punk comes out of nowhere as soon as Cena enters through the curtain, attacks Cena with the old WWE Championship belt in his hand, hits him over the head with it, throws it down on the ramp like it meant nothing, points to The Rock, and clearly you've seen CM Punk say, "Hey Rock, I want that one," mentioning that new WWE Championship belt. Rock readies for a fight in the ring, Punk walks away, and that's when the show comes to an end. Now, I don't know how you guys feel. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Punk versus The Taker at WrestleMania. Cena versus Rock at WrestleMania. I don't want to see the triple threat match. I don't. Just letting you know right now. Hopefully next week signals the return of the dead man, and we get what we want. Let me know what you guys think about the new WWE Championship belt down low. Leave me a comment. Hit that like. Subscribe. JD's out. I'll talk to you all later this week. Peace.